Welcome back to Breaking Waves. You may have noticed that we are not on a boat anymore, and that is a great observation. You are entirely correct. We bought a lot. We bought a lot. Welcome to Breaking Waves. My name's Alie, and this is Ben. 4 years ago, we bought our Sceptre 41 sailboat, Kiana, and have been cruising around the Pacific Northwest while we fix her up. I got dinner! Oh, and this is Bruce, our boat dog. After lots of hard work, we left our Canadian home behind in search of adventure, warmer weather, and the perfect anchorage with access to surf nearby. Follow the journey by pressing subscribe. We bought a lot! Our lot is on the west coast of Vancouver Island. Are we done sailing? Literally never. No, we're not. But we do find that cyclical works really well for us. Not to mention dodging hurricanes and such. It's really nice to have somewhere to go home to. So we bought a lot, and we are pretty stoked about it because we are gonna build our home. One day, hopefully. I mean, we'll get around to it. So the goal is to do about 6 months on the boat and 6 months on land. We learned absolutely so much from being on the water. We learned that we can fix things, we can build things. If we don't know what we're doing, we can just learn. So we thought we would take this and turn it into something that we can live in. It's June right now in this episode. And I'm heading back to the boat in November. So until then, we're working on this lot to make it into something that we want to live in. We hope you stick with us through the journey because I think it's going to be pretty interesting. Our 3/4 acre lot is in a little surf town on the west coast of Vancouver Island. If you've been watching a while, this is the same town that we left from when we sailed down the coast from Canada to Mexico. This is the town that we consider home. After deciding where on the lot that we wanted our future house to be, we set to coming up with the ideas to where we were going to live in the meantime. We bought a camper thinking that that would do the trick. Okay, so while Ben's doing that, I want to show you the inside of our camper. But since we both work remotely, we discovered pretty quickly that it was just not enough space. I don't mind sleeping in the camper. I mind working a meter apart from you day after day.
Can we do that like you?
We did some research and we landed on a white duck 20-foot Avalon wall tent. And I, for one, could not wait to set it up and have some space and comfort. And quite frankly, to decorate. We really want our future home to feel private and like it's tucked back in the woods. So we're super selective and reluctant to bring down trees. But since we wanted our white duck tent to be as dry and cozy as possible, we decided to build a platform to set it on. And so therefore we chose a spot that would be the future home's boat hangar so that we didn't have to cut down any more trees than necessary. So we got to measuring and we started to clear some space. Well, so there's a root mess there. All right, so we got our space, but now we're just squaring up to make sure that we're actually, like a rectangle, not a rhombus. So the first one, we did not succeed. We were definitely a rhombus. So now we're just using some line to lay out our actual thing and make sure that we're gonna be a real rectangle.
I'm trying to make sure we're gonna clear this tree.
I really don't want to take that guy down. There it goes. It's gone. All the trees that came down were processed and turned into firewood to keep us cozy on those cold nights in the white duck wall tent. Man, it's so nuts how just that was the first tree that we brought down. Most of the stuff that we've been kind of cutting up has just been brush, and it's nuts how much the area just opens up just by removing some brush. It's not even we haven't really taken down trees other than that one, and this place has just opened up. Little by little, our 16 by 20 foot clearing started taking shape. And that all worked up quite the sweat. So the next step was to take a break and go surfing.
We're going moon surfing.
because we aren't called breaking waves for nothing. Guys, we are in Sprout Lake today. It is so beautiful here. And we found a heck of a deal on the Facebook Marketplace. All of the boards that we need, the wood that we need to make our platform for $300.
Western red cedar.
Western red cedar, a guy just rebuilt his floating dock, and this is all the old stuff. He's like, there's nothing wrong with it, I just don't want it anymore. So they're like 2x6s, 2x8s, some 2x10s and 12s.
It's actually summer here in Port Alberni where it's sunny, so good way to spend a weekend when it's cold in Tofino again.
Yeah, you have to look at this view. I'll show you actually. But yeah, $300 and we'll be able to build our platform for our tent. Ooh. How beautiful. Oh. All right, we got the goods. And now, oh God.
It's basically the steepest driveway I've ever been on. We got thousands of pounds of wood in the back.
I'm gonna level it so they can see how steep it is.
This is why I bought a big truck.
Oh. Oh my gosh, the steepness makes me so nervous. Well, if we can do this driveway, then we can probably make it home without losing anything. We did ratchet strap them down, but that's a lot of wood. We could definitely build a deck or a platform now for a wall tent, maybe even like a sauna or a wood shed or something. Okay, holy crap. But first.
Should we go to Sprout Landing for lunch in this one?
And yeah, Caesar's.
Caesar's? Yeah.
But first, I am sweaty and I have dirt that is sticking to my sweat and like bits of plank. So we're gonna go for a dip and preferably grab a Caesar.
Wow.
Go get it.
Nice little swimming hole on the side of the highway.
Beautiful, it's so clear, the water.
Yeah, it is. If you're new to our channel in the last year, you've been seeing mostly sailing footage down to Mexico. But if you go way back, we were originally a British Columbia sailing channel for multiple years. And we know, sorry, I got something in my eye. We know that a lot of our viewers, initially, one reason they wanted to follow us was because they would love seeing British Columbia. And a lot of our viewers are from British Columbia or the Pacific Northwest. And so one thing we want to do this summer while we're back for a bit is show you some of the more land beautiful parts of the province. Good job, Alie. Good job, Bruce. Good job, Goose.
Average job,
I don't know, actually. Bruce, you did pretty good, Goose. You were kind of just in the way.
By the way, we're just watching Goose for a friend who's out of town. He's a golden retriever puppy, so we jumped at the opportunity to watch him and give Bruce some company.
All right, folks, that about wraps it up for this weekend. Back to work week mode. We've made very slow progress on this platform, but this was a big... I've been keeping my eye on Facebook Marketplace now for like 2 months. This was a score. I woke up in bed this morning, Sunday morning. I was like, Alie,
I found wood.
I found wood. We got to go get this wood after a surf. And that we did. So, mission accomplished. Big step to our platform wall tent life.
Woo! The next step was to rent a sea can and an excavator and dispose of all the brush that we had cleared out. Then we used the excavator to remove some roots and stumps that were in the way. Does this remind you of Mighty Machines? We are back at it again. This is day 3 with the excavator. Well, full day 3 with an excavator on the lot trying to get down to hardpan. I don't really know how far that is, as I don't really know what hardpan is, but we're digging. We are picking stuff up and putting it back down in a different location. It's riveting stuff. So we finally, is this bedpan? This is not bedpan. However, we've dug down deep enough that and made it flat enough that we can lay our geotech weed, hardpan, whatever. Geotech weed preventer thingy. Looks like carpet. We're gonna fill our hole with, and then the rock truck is gonna come and we're just gonna dump rock on top. But doing a lot of digging, so it's fun to move on to the next step.
We're gonna do 3-inch crush on top of that. Pack it, 1,000-pound roller probably, or packer. And then do that again, most likely, after I backhaul out all this fill that we're not gonna keep in store because this property is pretty level, I don't really need it.
Behold, the finished product. It looks so good. So we had to go back to work, and we got the J. Robbins people who were bringing us rock yesterday to just, you know, dump the rock and then use the tamper that we left out for them. And they did a really good job. So this is the hot tub area. Cool. Hoping for a hot tub here and maybe a sauna there and then like a fire pit in this area. But it's nice and tucked back, feels pretty private. And then this will be the main house back there.
Down in Yuki, I'm just gonna purchase, I've got my camper on the truck right now, so I can't load all the lumber up that I want to buy. But I'm gonna purchase some deck blocks, I think they call them, which will be, I'm not gonna do posts in the ground, I'm just gonna be above ground and make it very much temporary and removable if the district gets on my case. So yeah, I'm gonna grab those blocks and then we'll come back later with my buddy's truck, O'Malley's truck, to get some lumber that I'm gonna buy as well. Use any blocks. Alright, chicken, let's go. This guy. Time to get this platform started. It's a white duck, makes canvas wall tents and bell tents. All sorts of beautiful canvas stuff, really. We're really excited to see what the tent looks like. Look who's back for his 4th appearance in Breaking Waves, Mr. Gregory O'Malley.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
When was the last
Anna, 3rd appearance in Breaking Waves?
Same girl, can you believe it?
Not a new one.
Boring.
Got lots of space here to go get our shopping list before the hardware store closes.
I'm sure we'll get everything we need and won't forget everything.
Yeah. The times we'll have. Alright, Greg's getting down to work. I'm filming. This is what having friends is all about. They come and they help and they do everything. And I just watch.
Let's call it a day.
He's a carpenter, so it's his job to do this kind of shit. We're doing, we're trying to get a general sense of where these posts are going to go, and then we're going to level them out.
Yeah, we're just getting our rough outline, the rough deck dimensions.
It's a nice deck.
It's gonna be the nicest dick in town. This is technical. See this?
Yes.
That's how the pros do it.
This side is looking pretty close to level. Just lowering the one end down. Oh, that's pretty close. Pretty much right on.
Well, good enough for us.
Easier than I thought it was going to be. Should we take a break?
Yeah, that's weird.
I'm going to get this first corner dial. All right, we got a outer frame. It's not square yet. All right, we are back at it, day 2, with O'Malley and Emma here to help out. A little bit cloudier today. Still a nice day on the west coast. And we're picking up where we left off. Plan is we're gonna put some blocks in between our joists to stiffen things up a bit. Leaning towards not using this wood as decking because it turns out it's got some termites in it, which is not ideal.
Structural purpose.
Yeah, we're gonna use it for structural instead. Like I said earlier, this is just a temporary sort of situation, and I'm sure they'll be fine, but we don't really want bugs in the decking under our feet. So I think we're just gonna go with the plywood, which is a little bit undersized at 1/2 inch, given that we're not gonna deck it yet. But eventually I'll find some suitable wood. So we're gonna get down to business, blocks in, plywood on, and then wall tent erected is the goal for today.
Nothing less of precision will be acceptable for us here, so
It's gonna be a perfect dick.
it's gonna be the nicest dick in town.
folks, platform is done. Deck is screwed down. It is now time to unveil the white duck wall tent. The Alpha wall tent, 16 by 20. Box is in kind of rough shape. It's just been sitting here under a tarp for a few months, but these boxes are each like, that one's 54 pounds, that one is 63 pounds, and that one is 54 pounds. Anyway, pretty heavy duty tent. Pretty excited to see what it looks like outside of the box. Get the instructions out and see how quickly we can get this thing up. That's what it looks like. Heckin' heavy. Oh, a bag. Carrying bag.
Wait.
White duck. Thank you, White Duck. Nice people over there.
Posts.
That's a lot of structure. Another bag of metal frames.
More.
What are they sent us? Oh, jeez. We're gonna get this done in an hour. Just watch. Poof.
A tent.
A tent! All right.
You don't need.
Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe and the bell so that you don't miss out on next week's episode when we put up our white duck wall tent and finally establish our home away from home. See you next week.